Boba Fett's the center of attention in the Star Wars universe right now, with his own series, The Book of Boba Fett, releasing December 29th on Disney+. The Boba Fett fanboy inside me is going to go insane. But what do we know about Boba Fett? I've made videos on Boba Fett facts in the past, but I skipped some key elements of his history, possibly by design. You'll never know. Everyone knows Boba Fett was raised until the age of 10 by his clone daddy, Jango Fett. But if you've only seen Boba Fett in live action, you'll be missing a crucial part of his life, the impressionable years, his youth. So, here are the 4 major mentors that Boba Fett had in his pre-adult years, and what happened to Boba Fett's relationship with each of them, today on Star Wars Fanatic. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button now and join the growing legion of Star Wars fanatics. We're almost to 5,000 subscribers, and I promise something special for that event. You won't regret it. And when you're finished with this video, leave a comment as to who your favorite Star Wars bounty hunter is and why. Now, let's move on with today's topic. The Clone Wars animated series has given us quite a few stories about Boba Fett. Not just the silent, tough guy we see in the movies, stories that would help form Boba Fett into the blossoming adult we witness in The Empire Strikes Back in 1980, then backtracked in the special edition of A New Hope. The stories took Boba Fett on journeys. It pitted him against his father's killer, Mace Windu, and he learned to even control his own small guild of bounty hunters by the age of 13. Can you imagine any 13-year-old in our own world being this strong of a leader? Okay, a modern 13-year-old, not like Joan of Arc or anything. Anyways, I got off topic for a moment. My bad. Okay, so here they are, the 4 major mentors Boba Fett had in his youth. Number 1, Jango Fett. This is an easy one because we see Jango Fett with Boba in Attack of the Clones. Even though this movie has mixed reviews from fans, it did set up an interesting backstory for the future's most famous bounty hunter in the galaxy. Yeah, I'm talking about Boba Fett. Jango Fett was a foundling born on Concord Dawn, a Mandalorian agricultural planet. Jango's parents were murdered in front of him by Death Watch during the Mandalorian Civil Wars. Jango was found by Jaster Meriel and his true Mandalorians and was raised by Jaster as his own son. He was taught the warrior culture of Mandalorians, and he was taught what it meant to follow a Mandalorian creed. These ideals were instilled in Jango Fett so well that he later became the Mandalore, or leader of all Mandalorian clans. When Jedi were tricked into destroying the true Mandalorians, Jango Fett was the only one who survived. He was enslaved and later escaped to become estranged to the rest of the Mandalorian society. Jango Fett then took on bounty hunting, as that is one of the preferred occupations of Mandalorians. So he roamed the galaxy. When Jango was approached to be the clone template for the Grand Army of the Republic, Jango demanded a large sum of money and one unaltered clone. A clone he would name Boba, of Clan Fett, or Boba Fett. Jango taught Boba everything from his Mandalorian heritage to being a successful bounty hunter, hand-to-hand combat, armed combat, and being a proficient pilot. Jango's hatred for what the Jedi did to his people, the true Mandalorians, carried with him the rest of his life. When Boba Fett was 10 years old, Jango Fett was killed in front of Boba, ironically by a Jedi, Mace Windu. This caused Boba to go into a deep hatred for the Jedi and even conceived of a plot to kill Mace Windu. Number 2, Aurra Sing. Aurra Sing was a Paladuvan assassin who rose to considerable fame after the death of Jango Fett. When Jango was killed, Boba Fett was left orphaned, but he wanted to continue his father's teachings and even learn more. Aurra Sing provided that guidance. Boba Fett learned much from her, especially that he could trust no one. Aurra Sing was instrumental in Boba Fett's plot to kill Mace Windu, where Boba blended in with some clone cadets and infiltrated Mace Windu's Republic cruiser. It worked. Boba Fett blended in and was able to plant a bomb in Mace Windu's quarters. However, it didn't kill Mace, but it did bring down the cruiser. When the cruiser was on the ground, the young Boba Fett and Aurra Sing watched as Mace Windu and Anakin Skywalker sprung a second trap laid for the Jedi, where a bomb was placed in the helmet of Jango Fett and placed where Mace Windu could find it. But instead of Mace Windu springing the trap, it was Anakin Skywalker. Mace Windu used the Force to pull Anakin away just before the bomb detonated, trapping the duo in the wreckage of the cruiser. When cornered by other Jedi, Aurra Sing fled and left Boba Fett to fend for himself. Boba Fett was arrested by the Jedi and sent to prison for his crimes. Aurra Sing was chased down by Anakin Skywalker's apprentice, Ahsoka Tano. Sing was trying to escape in Jango Fett's old ship, the Slave One, but Tano caught up to her and caused the ship to crash. Aurra Sing was presumed dead, but she was rescued from the wreckage by Hondo Ohnaka. He also repaired and repainted the Slave One. In Solo: A Star Wars Story, it was revealed that Han Solo's mentor, Tobias Beckett, had killed Aurra Sing by pushing her off a cliff. Number 3. Bossk. Boba Fett met Bossk while working with Aurra Sing. When Boba was arrested for his part in Mace Windu's assassination attempt, Bossk was in prison as well. Bossk befriended Boba and taught him that it may be every man for himself in their line of work, but it's good to have allies. After their escape from prison, Bossk joined Boba Fett's bounty hunter group called Crate's Claw. Some years later, Bossk proved to be unreliable as well. When Boba Fett had Han Solo stolen from him, Jabba the Hutt put a bounty on Boba Fett. Bossk was one of the bounty hunters to answer the call. He went after Boba Fett, but Boba was victorious and cut off Bosk's legs. Being a Trandoshan, it would only be a matter of time before his legs would regenerate. Bosk's current fate is unknown. And number 4, Cad Bane. Cad Bane was a Duros bounty hunter who became the most successful bounty hunter in the galaxy after the death of the previous title holder, Jango Fett. Bane was also one of the few bounty hunters that could take on Jedi successfully. While Boba Fett and Bossk were imprisoned on Coruscant, Cad Bane was almost forced to look after the young Boba Fett. The three escaped prison, and Bane began teaching Boba some of the finer guidelines of bounty hunting. Most notably, be the best and don't undersell yourself. Be ruthless and build a reputation. However, Cad Bane would also prove not to be reliable. When Bane was terrorizing a village, Boba Fett confronted him about it in the town square. The resulting disagreement ended in an Old West-style duel, where Cad Bane and Boba Fett shot at the same time. Both struck each other in the head, but with Boba Fett wearing Mandalorian Beskar armor, Bane's shot merely caused the iconic dent in Boba Fett's helmet. Boba's shot didn't kill Cad Bane, even though it hit him in the head. Later in the Bad Batch, it's noted that Cad Bane has a steel plate in the area that he was shot by Boba Fett. Cad Bane's fate is yet to be determined. I guess we'll see what the Duros bounty hunter has been up to soon enough. He didn't make an appearance in the War of the Bounty Hunters comics, so many are speculating he falls before the events of A New Hope. Well, that's it. The 4 major mentors to Boba Fett. Others could be included like Embo or Dengar, but I'll save those stories for another time. Like I said, these are the 4 major mentors to Boba Fett. But what do you think? And who's your favorite of all the bounty hunters in the Star Wars universe? Boba Fett is of course my favorite, but Cad Bane and Bossk come in a close second. So let me know in the comments below who your favorite is. And if you're new here, go on and hit the subscribe button to help me get to the 5,000 subscriber mark, at which time I'll be releasing the conclusion to my Jango Fett video series in an hour-long video. Also, hit the like button and leave a comment. It really does help boost my channel. Thank you for watching, and remember, this is the way, the only way.